The untold truth about the Pawnstars. One untold truth is that they have lost a lot of money on crazy deals. A lot of times reality TV tends to show the success of the business and rather not the loss. I mean, honestly, it makes sense. You want people to think positively about the Pawnstars. However, this pawn shop has lost a lot of money from outrageous deals and appraisals. And honestly, that's only one untold secret about this really deep show. That's why I'm not going to waste too much more time with words and get to the untold truth about Pawnstars. Before that though, why don't you hit that subscribe button and maybe the bell icon? We'd appreciate it because then you get brand new videos every single day and you're helping us out. With all that said and done, I am your lovely narrator, Gentleman T-Rex. Let's begin, shall we? Our first untold truth is that over the course of the reality TV show, Rick and his team have lost over hundreds of thousands of dollars on bad business deals. When things don't sell successfully, they will go to the auction in which Rick loses over $100,000 in one day. They can actually lose deals that are connected to stolen items or forgeries. Then again, they are successful because they can make back what they lost through good business. Our next fact is Chumlee and his serious legal issues. Chumlee is quite the character. He's like a punching bag for all other characters. He's honestly kind of like the Meg of the show in that respect, but he does pretty good work on the business. He recently did get into some trouble with the Las Vegas police though, where his home got raided. There were charges that he was related to some sexual assault cases. They were also searching his home and they found marijuana, which was illegal back then, and some methamphetamines, which I'm pretty sure are illegal regardless. He was charged for running an unlicensed firearm as well. He was later charged for one misdemeanor and a felony. Because he went through probation and counseling, he was able to avoid jail time. Because of all these legal issues, he was made on the headline. Despite everything, his work ethic is still pretty good throughout the entire series. Our next fact is everything on the show was staged. Let's be honest here, everything on reality TV show is a stage. When a customer comes in with an interesting artifact or a historical item or pawn to sell, they'll most likely be invited back with cameras to showcase the customer's goods. There is no way that a camera will be rolling out 24/7 just to wait for something interesting. That'd be a huge waste of time and money. This is why the whole process is staged. And our next fact is Rick got himself into quite a situation. Rick Harrison married Diana Burden in 2013. The couple looks like they are doing really well and are happier than ever, more power to them. If you truly follow the show though, you'll know that Diana's ex, Richard Burden, was convicted of sexual abuse with multiple minors. He was arrested and pleaded guilty in 2013, but he was not in jail. In fact, he remained free on the streets. Rick has commented that the situation was very stressful because Burden was not serving time due to bureaucracy. Rick has claimed that he would like to see Burden behind bars so he and his wife can be at ease with the whole situation. Our next fact is, they know what comes through the door. You never know what's gonna come through that door is kind of a lie. The producers work very hard to find people with interesting objects with intrinsic value to sell on the show. When they do find the right people with the right object, they bring them on set to evaluate. This is why the characters on the reality TV show all seem like crazy experts. It's because they know what objects come in before they actually come in. This gives them time to do thorough research and analysis of the artifacts so that they can make meaningful comments during the set. Our next fact is the show hurts the business. That's because Pawnstars is a popular reality TV show and Las Vegas is a popular tourist destination. People will line up in the store just to check out the business. There's a lot of fans and curious individuals going in there to take a glimpse at the TV show stars. Unfortunately, because there are a lot of people who are fans, there's less business and cash flow going into the shop. That means the gold and silver has turned into a celebrity destination rather than a real pawn shop business. Our next fact is, they were sued for melting gold coins. The trade of jewelry and gold makes up the majority of their business, hence the name Silver and Gold Pawn Shop. Amazingly, there are laws and regulations on what can be sold or melted down. In 2014, the shop took gold coins that were worth $12,000 and melted them down. Since Nevada does not require them to wait 30 to 90 days, they decided to immediately melt down the gold coins. However, when the owner of the coins found out about this fiasco, they sued the owners for the act. Unfortunately for the owner, the law was not on their side. Our next fact is they have friends on the show. It's true that the main characters of Pawnstars have friends on the show, but are they really their friends? The producers actually engineer the entire thing. They hire people who are known to be experts and they brought them into the show. For example, a friend of the shop is actually the person that the producer brought in to help them. Eventually, the character does become friends with the majority of the people on the show. They even became buddies, but keep in mind that their friendship was because of the producer. Also, everyone who comes in to offer their opinions and expertise are only doing so to promote their own business. That does sound like a cheap advertisement, but everyone benefits from the exposure of the show. Our next fact is probably my favorite, is that the Pawnstars don't even work in the shop anymore. The Pawnstars show has made everybody a successful celebrity, and they're wealthy beyond belief. This is why they don't work at the pawn shop anymore. They only come in for filming purposes, but they don't show up on a daily basis to work. Because of their celebrity status, being in the store has been very difficult for the business. People will keep coming in for selfies and autographs, which can be very annoying, and actually pretty problematic for regular business. That's why the main characters such as Rick and his gang do not show up anymore. Usually if someone wants to meet the main celebrities of the show, they'll have to call in advance to find out when they'll be present in the shop. Our next fact is they were sued by Vietnam veterans on October 2011. Daniel Callahan filed a lawsuit against Rick for physically assaulting him in the shop. Callahan, who was walking with a cane, had received a dispute with an individual who jumped and choked him throughout the store. He was fined to get $20,000 in a lawsuit for damages on his cane and various injuries. Corey came to defend his family, saying that Callahan was violent and came in with a weapon. That's why he was kicked out of the store, but the whole Pawnstars series would like to keep the whole situation on the down low. Our next fact is they do have personal assistants. Chumlee and Corey both have a personal assistant. You know, they are celebrities technically, so they might as well fit in and have one personal assistant. Our next fact is Pawn Plaza is not doing very well. Rick was doing very well on the reality TV show that he decided to expand his pawn shop. He then went on to create Pawn Plaza, which is attached to a mall that features a donut shop, pizza shop, and a smoke shop, as well as a few other establishments nearby. On August 2016, the Donuts, Pizza, and Smoke Shop have closed down. Because of this, he has lost rental income from the shops, and he hopes that there will be future tenants who will remain in the place to keep it profitable. Our next fact is Chumlee cost the shop $20,000. Chumlee is clumsy and reckless. He has a very immature and crazy nature, which makes him a very interesting character. During the first episode, he caused the shop to lose over $20,000 when he accidentally destroyed a base that someone had pawned to the shop for $700. After breaking the base, he stores the pieces in the box and left it there. When the owner came back to get the item, Rick had no choice but to pay the full value of the loss of the item. Our next fact is Olivia Black. Olivia Black was brought on to work on the night shift. Chumlee is attracted to her, but that's not something to be surprised about because she is a very beautiful and attractive woman. The most outrageous thing about Olivia Black is that she poses nude for Suicide Girls. When her pictures came to the surface, the History Channel refused to let her appear on the show. I mean, after all, the History Channel is a family program, so they can't have someone who used to pose nude for a scandalous photo shoot. Now let's go look at all these aliens and sometimes Civil War images because the History Channel has to be historical. Especially with aliens and pawn shops. Our second to last fact is a lot of stolen goods coming into the store. Even though pawn shops tried to follow the rules and regulations by not taking in stolen goods, let's be honest though, the majority of the objects there are stolen. For example, they took in stolen gold and melted them down before the owner could get them, and another example is where a person bought a 2,000-year-old Tyrian shekel coin, which the detectives arrived to inform the main characters that the coin was stolen. Fortunately, the owner was able to get compensation through his insurance policy, so they were able to keep the coins. And our final fact for the day is that the TV show is still going pretty strong, but honestly it's starting to fail. Many people wouldn't like to admit this because they do love the show, but the show has started to lose ratings as far as it has gone on. People are complaining that it's getting stale, and honestly it's hard not to agree with that. And honestly, maybe it is time for it to start ending. You know, go out with a bit of a triumphant note rather than like The Simpsons and keep going on forever.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I wanna
What do you
see what I can get for this. It's a potato, man, but it ain't just a regular potato. It dates back to the 60s. So I wanna know what I can get for that, man. It's a civil, you know what I mean?
Let me check it out. Okay. So this guy brought in this potato.
I take 100,000 for that, man. Seriously.
100,000 for a potato.
And that was our list for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This was the Untold Secrets of the Pawnstars. If you liked this video, why not hit that like button and maybe even subscribe to us? It helps us out immensely, and honestly, we'd love you forever. While you're at it, hit that bell icon to get every piece of content that we put out. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.